John Carpenter once said, horror is a universal language. We're all afraid. We're born afraid. We're all afraid of things. Death, disfigurement, loss of a loved one. Hey, it's true. We're all afraid of something. But at the same time, we love horror, especially around Halloween. I mean, hey, I'm a huge Halloween fan, and that's what it's all about tonight. Tonight, we are going to talk about why we love Halloween, why we love being scared, what scares us, what scares me, why it's just something that we simply need to embrace, and what's so great about it, and how it's changed over the years, impacted culture, impacted society. So, stay in your seats, listen, be prepared to be scared, and let's get started. Hey folks, how y'all doing? Welcome to another episode of Chatterbox. I'm your host, Al Tessier. Joining me is acclaimed horror novelist and the master of nightmares himself, Matt Brockmeyer, a good friend of mine, host of the Murder Coaster podcast, which if you listen to it, you'll learn that truth is way stranger than fiction and a lot more scarier and fucked up than anything Stephen King has ever written in his career. Am I right?
I would agree with you. Yes. Thank you so much for that wonderful introduction.
No problem. So it's spooky season. It's the time when we scare each other, when we go to weird hauntables and haunted festivals and stuff like that. Go to places that are claimed to be haunted, but in reality, it's just some sort of pulp culture shit that people use to make in money because they've run out of excuses.
It's still a celebration of fall and autumn, and I'm excited to go to some haunted places.
Nice.
On Halloween, yeah.
Are you one of those people who does like paranormal investigation on Halloween night?
No, I'm not. Well, I mean, if I see some ghosts, I see some ghosts. But I am not. I am just out to have a good time, to dance party,
to
dress up,
dance party.
Celebrate.
Oh, nice.
Put on the mask, you know.
Yes, yeah. Same here. And here's the thing. One thing that I think people fail to understand is that, like, Halloween never dies. Which I know sounds so ridiculous to say that because Halloween focuses on people who kill other people. If you don't believe me, check out The Jersey, Mike Myers. We know what he's known for. But no matter how old we are, we never get tired of it. And we just find new ways to keep celebrating it in our own way. I mean, when you're like 8-10 years old, you do like the only form of breaking and entering that's legal in the United States, which is you knock on somebody's door and be like, hey, motherfucker, what's going on? Give me your candy.
More of a traditional kind of guy. I don't really look at it like that. I try to kind of look back at the ancient. Well, because it's the day between the equinox and the solstice. So, you know, and when the equinox hits, you know, you're like fall is here. It's like happening and stuff. Mm-hmm. And this is the day that's right in between the time when we had the perfect amount of sunlight, 12 hours and 12 hours, and when we'll have the least amount of sunlight, the solstice, and it's dead center in the middle. Mm. And it's just a traditional time of like, well, they say that the veil is at its thinnest if you believe in the supernatural, but it's a time of harvest and, celebration and fall's coming, and it's just a wonderful time.
You sound more like a country guy than LA dude, to be honest.
No, I'm not LA. I'm up in north in Humboldt, man.
Oh, okay.
Northern California.
Valley area. Okay.
No, like redwoods. But,
okay, yeah. Got it. Yeah. Because I'm like, that sounds like the kind of stuff I'd hear in my hometown. Like, I grew up in the countryside and stuff, redneck country in Massachusetts. That sounds like the philosophy and wisdom that we'd be talking about back there.
Well, you know, in the song Country Boy Can Survive, he says Northern California. So.
Fair point. So as you get older, Halloween celebration becomes different. I mean, I remember when I was in college and stuff, that's when I kind of started to just get in. It was almost like an ego night where I'm like, it's all about me. I'm going to sit on my ass, binge as many horror movies as I can, and just stuff my face full of candy while drinking soda and stuff like that. And I don't want to say it's still that way to this day, because my wife and I, we try to figure out different ways of celebrating Halloween and stuff like that. But usually that is like the go-to? What
Well,
would
I
you
have
say?
kids, man, so I'd have to go trick-or-treating, and this is the first year that I'm not taking children trick-or-treating in, like, I can't remember how long. And then you would think that, like, oh, well, after the kids are done trick-or-treating, maybe you could, I don't know, maybe find a babysitter. It sounds like a horror movie, or do something, but there's no way. It's just, you're going to bed, that's it. But,
Yeah.
I was lucky to live always in places where there's a lot of trick-or-treating. Yeah.
Yeah. I live in East Boston, so there is no real trick-or-treating around here. And if there is, I don't know how kids do it, to be honest. I kind of feel sorry for some of the city kids because, like, oh, they look forward to it, and they're like, oh, trick-or-treating, mommy, and stuff like that.
Though. They know where to go.
Yeah, they find a way. But I mean, like, around here, you ain't gonna see kids like knocking on my door because it's like I'm on the second floor in my apartment structure, so it's not like we have the ability to do that. I mean, I remember back where I grew up, I did candy duty 90% of the time. We'd like have a horror movie blasting in the background of my choosing, and eventually like, my parents just got tired of doing candy duty, so I'd take responsibility for it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So you are Gen X, considered by many to be the greatest generation that's ever lived. Am I correct?
Who says that? I've never heard anybody say that.
Gabriel Fluffy Iglesias. Gabriel Fluffy Iglesias, that's who.
Well, thank you, Gabriel Iglesias.
Yes.
So
you guys, you guys lived through like the peak of some of the best horror movies, like slasher films and stuff like that. Moving on to like the bloodfest of the 80s, and now kind of the stuff we have now. What would you say in that time span from like slasher to the more modern horror we have now, where we're actually focusing on, I guess one might say, truth and reality versus fiction, would you say is like the greatest span of horror movies?
I think that today's horror movies are the best, and that we're in a golden age because horror is being treated like art, since it hasn't been treated this way since the 70s. You know, in the 60s you had like Rosemary's Baby and a few art movies, and then in the early 70s there was like The Exorcist, which was a full-on real movie. It wasn't like a cheesy horror movie. It was a real film. And then after that, you saw like this explosion of cheap, low budget films, which I adore and I grew up on. But now you're seeing people really try to be artistic with it, really try to say something with it, really try to, some of the even recent movies I've seen, Bring Her Back. Did you see that?
Bring Her Back. I heard about it. I think my wife and I almost saw that one, I think, actually, but we missed out on it.
It's fabulous. And another one that just came out, Weapons. Have you seen that?
Oh, Weapons was phenomenal. Weapons
See
was
what I'm saying? Like, just so good, dude. Everything, the acting, the editing, the music, and like this script, they're taking it serious. God bless the Friday 13th franchise, but you think they were taking it serious? You know what I mean? It was just like a fucking joke, dude.
Correct. I totally agree. I mean, my favorite go-to slasher of all time will be like Mike Myers, who I guess because he like set the tone for like this new era at the time, which of course was all about like crazy guys wearing masks who just like wield weapons and like stab you vigorously in various ways, shape, or form.
Which is a nightmare, right? That I think is a primal nightmare, a faceless, unstoppable thing trying to get you. I think it speaks to the primordial fears of humanity in general. Every culture, every person on the earth has those kind of nightmares, man. The faceless thing that will not stop coming for you.
For true.
I like a controversial point. Rob Zombies are my favorite ones. My favorite too. Out of all of them,
I can agree with that. I'm definitely gonna back that one up. Rob Zombie. Well, he's created his whole persona. His whole career is all about blood, sweat, and slaughter, to be honest, and music. Most definitely. Here's a fun fact that I'm sure only a select number of people know. Did you know that the Mike Myers mask is actually a mask of William Shatner? William Shatner's face that was just painted white.
Of course, and the eye holes are expanded. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy, huh? Did you know that John Carpenter was mad that Rob Zombie made Mike Myers big? He said he should be small.
Really?
They had a Twitter fight over it.
My God, it's ridiculous. Like,
he had him like a giant, though, you know?
Yeah, and I think if you look at like the multiple remakes and sequels of Halloween that we have today, they've just tried to make him look bigger and bigger and bigger than he really is. And I mean, that says something. I think that also sets the tone for how important Mike Myers alone is in the horror culture.
Did you like the last 3 films?
I didn't really see them because partially you can criticize me as much as you want. I'm a little old school. I'm a bit more traditional and stuff like that. As a filmmaker, I don't fully agree in making sequels a lot of times, believe it or not. I don't totally back it up. I believe it's very much hit or miss.
Yeah, I thought, in my opinion, they got the first one was kind of good, and then the second one was like kind of bad, and then the third one was like so atrocious. It was like almost like a comedy. I came out thinking like, was this supposed to be a comedy? But
yeah. And I mean, I do get it. Like back then, they tried so hard to like slip jokes into it. I mean, even if you watch like Nightmare on Elm Street and stuff, you still find a reason to laugh at it. It's not scary the way it was meant to be back in
the first Nightmare on Elm Street is like oh man, it's intense film.
Yes, definitely.
What's crazy?
And what is it like? I mean, me, when it comes to horror movies, I'm definitely I love a little bit of all of them, but like I said, I'm very much old school, and that's something I tend to question: is why do so many people gravitate towards like the older material, The Omen, The Exorcist, and stuff from like the 70s versus kind of like, I don't know, maybe focusing a bit more on like 90s, like The Silence of the Lambs and kind of the whole Hannibal Lecter craze.
Nostalgia, probably. Are they films that you watched as a child?
No, my parents did not allow me to watch those films as a child. In fact, I think I'm the only person in my family, like, I mean, now I got like a new family, it's me and my wife and everything like that, but I mean, everyone else, I'm the horror fanatic and stuff like that. I'm the one who can binge those movies nonstop. I told my mother multiple times, you need to see the new version of It, and she's like, I can't see that, it's too scary. I'm like, grow a pair, Mom.
Did you like it?
I loved it. I honestly do back up what the critics said. I think that It was better than It Chapter 2. What would you say?
I agree. It was much better, I thought.
Yeah. I feel that with It Chapter 2, they amplified it a bit too much.
It got corny. It got a little cheeseball.
Yeah, like
the whole Chinese restaurant thing in the very beginning when the little creatures were running around. It was like Harry Potter or something. It was stupid. I was like,
no.
It wasn't scary.
I definitely feel that, as you had mentioned on the last time you were here, they missed out on a big, fat, beautiful orgy. I mean, that perfects the story. But to know that Stephen King had the audacity to make a cameo in It Chapter 2 says something about his approval. If he's willing to make a cameo in a movie that is based on his book, that means he has fully blessed it. You have blessing from the king of horror himself.
Yeah, but he doesn't give a fuck, dude. All he cares about is you kissing his ass. If you don't kiss his ass, he won't be cool. But if you kiss his ass, he doesn't care.
He's really that much of an egomaniac?
I don't think so. I mean, do I think he's an egomaniac? Well, he never forgave Kubrick for...
Oh, definitely. Yeah,
you know what I mean? And Kubrick totally dissed him. Kubrick called him a hack. Said his shit wasn't scary, and he had to try to make it scary, and refused to let him on the set. You know what I mean? And but he wasn't Stephen King then. You know, he was just this new writer, this new guy.
He was a rookie.
Yeah,
he was a rookie.
He's still pissed about it to this day. So
I know, yeah, and
he likes all kinds of garbage, dude. Like whatever.
Man is only afraid of two things: rats and flying. Like
or his children being killed, you know. I think that's a big one.
Yeah, Yes, yeah. My biggest fear is people I love and care about dying. I mean, with
Right.
the with
That's
the
the
amount
most
of life
primordial fear there is,
experience,
probably.
yeah, with the amount of life experiences I've had and stuff like that, I tell people, like, you could ship me off to Gaza right now, and I would not have an ounce of fear. I would embrace it full throttle. No fear. It takes a lot to really like scare me. What? Awkward silence. So, like I had said at the beginning, what's great about the new filmmakers of these days and stuff like Eggers and stuff, and with weapons, is that they're showing how real fear exists in our world, the world we live in, how truth is way stranger than fiction. What do you think about that? Do you think that this is a movement that's going to last and something that we should continue pushing?
I think that the true crime movement it's not a movement, it's just something that's always been there. It's a curiosity that just it's the Romans were into it. Look at the cowboy times, man. And during the cowboy days, they were so into it. They had like these little penny dreadful books and stuff about Billy the Kid and the outlaws and the shootouts and stuff. And they would display the bodies right there and like have a dude like read off the stuff and the body be in a casket. It used to be gruesome. You know when Bonnie and Clyde got killed? Somebody ran up and people were cutting their hair off and tearing pieces of their clothes. And someone tried to cut Clyde's trigger finger off. And that was when like the FBI and everybody was like, no, back off, get the fuck away and shit. But for a minute, they were letting the spectators grab shit because they would put it on the mantle, pass it down onto the grandkids, be like, that's a bloody piece of Bonnie's dress.
That's crazy.
I know. It used to be, people think it's gruesome now. It's nowhere near. It used to be super gruesome. And it's just something that's always been there and it always will be there. Like anything else, it'll get trendy. You know, will the trend continue? Probably not. It'll have like the hardcore devotees, but then it'll come back. It'll come raring back. And one thing I've noticed about true crime, it's a full spectrum of people. You have like white collar, yuppie professionals. You got like down and dirty, whatever. You've got like teachers, school marms, dentists, just like every strata of society. We'll find one member of, you know what I mean, out of say 5 or 10, the other 5 or 10 going, oh, I don't want to hear about that. You know what I mean? They're just fascinated with this stuff. It's just something that's fascinating to them, you know, from a psychological standpoint.
Very much so, yeah. And what is it? I had seen your opinions on social media about the latest monsters. What do you have to say? Because I was disappointed myself. I feel that the latest depiction of Ed Gein was more just kind of, I guess one might say, a media hype, and kind of really just like showing how influential this nutcase was in regards to the movies that we cherish so much today, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre and The Silence of the Lambs and Psycho. That's really all I was getting from it. I didn't really get anything.
I liked that part. I thought that showing the impact that had on society, it was really interesting, you know, and I liked seeing Tobe Hooper making Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I thought that was fascinating, and that's a true story of how he fantasized killing people with a chainsaw at a mall. He said that in an interview. He's like, well, the real idea came, I was fantasizing killing people with a chainsaw at the mall. And they show that, you know, I thought that was cool. What I did not like was the Ed Gein stuff itself was completely fictional. It was completely made up. He was never, Adeline Watkins was like a lady he went out with to the movies with a couple of times and asked to go roller skating with. They never had any kind of relationship. She had to be home at 10 o'clock every night. That movie has them running around in the graveyard at like midnight, like having sex on the graves and shit. Like, no, that never happens at all. And, you know, John Douglas and Robert Ressler never interviewed him. You know, the famous FBI profilers.
Yes.
They never interviewed him. They interviewed all those other people. You know what I mean? Like if you watch Mindhunter or whatever, that's all based on, they interviewed those people, you know, but they did not interview Ed Gein. I don't know why they put that in there. And so it was fantasy. And what they're saying is that because he was schizophrenic, he was living in this alternate universe that, like, that's what he imagined. And that's not, I just don't buy that. And there's also tapes of him. If you want to hear him talk, you can listen to tapes, and he doesn't sound like
that. My wife, like, she did a little bit of her homework, and she listened to, like, what his voice sounded like. And then she shared it with me. I'm like, yeah, like that.
He's a Kansas hick.
Exactly.
In the 50s.
Like, I mean, for me, the best they did so far was the one with Dahmer. That's it.
That was great. Now, see, that they set the bar so high.
Yes.
And then the Menendez brother, there was a lot of fantasy in it, but each of those fantasies was a different take on it. That was actually stipulated. They're like takes that the brothers actually put out there. So like even the absolutely most ridiculous takes, like there was one where the parents had guns and they were loading guns and they were going to shoot them if they didn't shoot them first. It's obviously ridiculous, but they did say that at one point. So they're just showing these different, because no one really knows besides those two brothers what the fuck happened, you know? Definitely. So they're just showing each version. Here's a version. Here's another version. Here's another version. Here's another version. And that's actually, I thought that was interesting. That I got, you know, it wasn't just pure fantasy.
And from what I hear, the next one is going to be Lizzie Borden.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to be going to Lizzie Borden's house on Halloween.
Nice. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yes. We're going to kind of make a little bit of a day out of it. So, because typically for most Halloweens and stuff like that, especially now, it's just like sit down, get out the candy cauldron, load it up with God knows what, order from a restaurant we love, and just watch at least 3 something good horror movies of our choosing.
That's every night for me.
But this year we're gonna do it differently. We've never been to Salem on Halloween, so we're gonna spend the day like in Fall River, going to Lizzie Borden's house, exploring all of that shit. The woman who like proved to us that you can do a lot more than chop wood with an axe. And then make our way to Salem, which will be overly crowded and as busy and bustling as New York around Christmas time.
My co-host on Murder Coaster is from Rhode Island, and she does all that shit all the time. I think she spent the night in the Lizzie Borden house. She did.
Yeah, I heard you can do that. It is a bed and breakfast now. A guy I used to know, he almost spent the night there back with his ex. They did paranormal investigations and stuff, and they wanted to spend a night in the Lizzie Borden house.
That's awesome.
So that should definitely be. Yeah. But my curiosity is with monsters is, will they be able to make a comeback?
Well, a lot of people like the Ed Gein show is the problem. A lot of people really, really liked it. So I don't think that they're not apologizing. But you know, the guy who wrote the definitive biography, Harold Scheckler, he's come out and been like, it's a travesty. He's like, it's complete fiction. It's not. He's like, it's not based in reality whatsoever and stuff. He was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, for me, I was a little stunned when they said they were moving on to Lizzie Borden, because the thing is, like,
boring.
With me, yeah, definitely.
I wanted Richard Ramirez.
Mundane. That's what I was gonna say. I want to see the Night Stalker.
Yeah.
Or what is it? Some of the lesser known serial killers too. The ones who are extremely gruesome and disgusting.
Randy
but we
Kraft.
don't focus on.
Randy Kraft is one of the most gruesome at all, man. Down in San Diego, he would chop the eyelids off and shit.
What's the one? I keep forgetting it, because he was an inspiration for Buffalo Bill. He had a pit in his basement where he would keep his victims there until he was ready to slaughter them.
Pit in their basement. Is that like was it a black guy?
No. Scrawny dudes.
A
scrawny white guy. I can't remember. Yeah.
I was thinking of the Grim Sleeper.
Because I remember there were 3 serial killers that were the structure for Buffalo Bill and the Silence of the Lambs. Obviously, Ed Gein, Ted Bundy, and the third one was this guy who was known for having, like, he had a hole in his basement where he would keep his victims until he was ready to kill.
Nasty.
So yeah, so I'm kind of waiting for them to just like move on to like the real life monsters. That, I mean, because with Dahmer,
Richard Ramirez was in the American Horror Story.
Really?
Yeah, and the same guy made that. Has made Ed Gein. So they're all like, and they're all like almost interconnected. So it's like he's worked with, and so in that he totally fictionalized Richard Ramirez. It was all bullshit, right? But He said it was all bullshit. It wasn't supposed to be real. It wasn't like the real story. It was like the dude shows up and he's like, I'm Richard Ramirez. You know what I mean? And they're at that hotel that he used to stay at.
Yeah, what is it? My wife and I really want to go out to LA, and even though I'm sure she's going to be against it to high levels, I'm like, I want to go to that hotel. We're not going to stay in it. I just need to visit it.
I've been in the lobby in my life. I was in the lobby and it was sold out.
Do you feel like, is it one of those places, knowing its history?
It feels nice in the lobby. It feels nice when you walk out in the street. You're on fucking Skid Row. You're like, oh, fuck.
I knew that. I knew it's on Skid Row, which, of course, like, you need to, like, be alert, like, on your feet when you're in that area.
Cool. If you go left, you're fucked.
Ah, okay, got it. I haven't been out to LA yet in my lifetime, only San Diego, and man, was it hot as fuck there.
Yeah, it can get hot.
But I got a buddy who I'm making a movie with. He filmed out in Death Valley, and he said, like, yo.
Yeah.
And yes, and
it's one of the hottest places on Earth.
And the next film he wants us to make, he wants us to film in Death Valley. So I'm like, oh God, how am I going to survive? No, nothing about the Manson family. We're aiming for dystopian kind of stuff. Post-apocalyptic.
Well, that's the way they were living out there, dude. They were all like in dune buggies running around out there.
Yeah, Murphy needs to do something about Charlie Manson. Actually,
it's been if he did Charlie Manson shit, it would be. But he's got to make it accurate for the true crime nerds.
I absolutely and totally agree. Because another thing is he set the bar with Dahmer, and now he just has more and more that he needs to feed us. But the thing is, and I'm not saying like that, like they haven't done anything in regards to Charlie Manson. I mean, obviously they have the movie Helter Skelter and everything like that. But it's been quite a while, I think, at least from what I know, since they kind of really focused on the hippie from hell.
There's been a smattering of Manson films throughout the years. There's been a couple about the girls that were pretty good, actually.
Oh, really? Okay, so they focused more on the cult.
And one of the stories is a true story of this guy. I think he wrote for Rolling Stone magazine. And it's like 1973 or something, or 1972, and he goes and he hangs out with Squeaky Fromm and what's her name, Sandy, and eats acid with them and shit. And it's a true story and shit. And it's just a trip. It's just weird. God, and then there's another one about the like prison psychiatrist who saw fucking Susan Atkins and stuff, and it's like told from her point of view. That's based on a book that she wrote, and there was a couple other ones, but none of them have been that like incredibly exhaustive or good. There was an exhaustive documentary on MGM. Do you ever watch documentaries on MGM Grand?
I do not have MGM Grand. I only have a certain number of like subscriptions because everybody.
You could probably get a free trial through Amazon.
Probably
they have an Ed Gein documentary that is amazing, an Amityville documentary that's amazing, and they have a Manson family one. It must be at least like 7 hours long. It's so good, dude. It's got stuff that I had never seen before, and I thought I had seen it all and shit. I was like, it was nuts.
Have you been to the Amityville Horror House?
No, but we just covered Amityville. Did you notice that? Did you see that?
No, I have been listening in to the podcast. And by the way, folks, if you're a true crime nerd or a horror nerd, fanatic, whatever you want to call us, and you want to learn about the horrors that exist within our real world, make sure to tune into the Murder Coaster podcast. It is totally worth listening to. People are dying for the next episode.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah. And we just did Amityville and all the different theories of how Butch DeFeo killed his 6 family members without anybody waking up. It's crazy, you know. Yes, to this day, no one knows how he did that.
Yeah, if my wife and I ever take a trip to Long Island, which I know we need to do, we need to go like the Hamptons or something. I definitely, along the way, I want to stop at the Amityville Horror House.
It's funny. So I was Googling around and looking because I wanted to see how close it was to the bar that they both hung out with. Butch hung out at this bar, and then later, the George Lutz, the guy who bought the house and said it was haunted, he hung out at the same bar. And you could like walk there. That's how close it was. It was like right around there. And I was looking, and the Amityville house, it says it right on Google Maps. Amityville Horror House. On Google Maps, so you can't miss
on Google Maps.
Place. Yeah,
well, they've started doing that because we were in Martha's Vineyard, and there they say Jaws Bridge on Google Maps.
There you go.
Yes, yeah. So it says something about how
I would absolutely go, man.
Yes, yeah. I hated the newer version, the one with Ryan Reynolds or whatever.
Whoever
the
it was,
new version
I know you're talking about, yeah.
Yeah, I think he was only like 27.
That was like, what, 10 years ago now?
He was like 27, 28 when he made that, actually.
I thought it was fine-ish. I didn't remember it being that bad. I mean, it's just like the Amityville Horror. Nothing fucking happens. They all live. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Even the dog lives. So it's like, what's going to happen?
I will always prefer the one with James Brolin. I will always prefer awesome that movie. One more than anything. It's awesome. Way better.
How about the second one? You like that? The Possession?
Possession, I haven't seen The Possession yet. It's on the to-do list.
The Possession is the prequel. It's about Butch DeFeo. But in this one, he's fucking his sister.
Oh my God, that's disgusting.
People say that was happening in real life. I mean...
Really?
Yes. Yeah. Several people say it. A lot of people say it. I don't know. I don't necessarily even believe it, honestly.
Because we just finished up like binging, because it finally came out, Conjuring Last Rites, binging the entirety of the Conjuring saga, which of course is wonderful and amazing.
See, we've covered a lot of those stories too, and they're all 100% beyond bullshit. And this week, we're putting out on Wednesday the first of a series on the Warrens, on Ed and Lorraine.
Did you see you saw Conjuring Last Rites? I take it, correct?
I did. I saw it in the theater. What was
your opinion about it?
It was one of the worst films I've ever seen.
Really?
Yeah. Did you see it? He fights a mirror, like literally.
I saw it. I
saw a mirror. How imaginative is that?
I don't think it was the best out of all the Conjuring films they've made. It was definitely a decent ending to like the Conjuring universe and stuff like that, ending that chapter of horror and now the opportunity to move on to new shit. But
you know how much money they've made so far out of the whole Conjuring?
How much?
$2.6 billion.
$2.6 billion? Damn.
More than any other horror franchise in history.
Damn.
You know how much the Halloween franchise, which has been making movies since the 70s, has made so far?
How much?
$300 million.
300. Oh, damn.
Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. It's $700 million, I think.
700 million?
Yeah. But that's
I wish I had that much money.
Since the 70s.
That says something. That's
compared to $2.6 billion. Like, it blows it out of the water. Like, it doesn't even come, you know?
Yeah.
It's 2.5 times more.
Mm-hmm. It really says something and stuff. And, I mean... I think in the world of horror movies and stuff, I don't want to say it's hit or miss in regards to, okay, we're going to make something and it's going to come out great. Like, I wrote a script for a dark horror comedy that I'm looking to actually pitch to a few people in the business about making, hopefully sometime soon. But at the same time, I'm very apprehensive about it because ultimately it does boil down to like the target audience and stuff like that. Like what I wrote, the Demon Within, is basically Stranger Things meets It. So I think that's definitely, except without like psychotic clowns and like red balloons floating all over the place. So I think it might be good for like the young crowd, like the whole
Does it take place in the 80s?
No, it does not take place in the 80s. I had to set it for modern times because writing period piece work is very challenging. You as an author know how much grind goes into making sure that things are as authentic as possible.
Yeah, it can be fun. I write a lot of historical stuff, short stories that take place in like the 1800s and stuff. I go to like the local historical society and stuff and ask them questions and get old books and shit.
Yeah, when I was writing a script for a movie that people actually in LA want to make into a movie, it'll probably be the next film I'm working on. My cousin Juan, I had to do so much research about the entire, just the layout of Latin America and Mexico in order to get every single thing right.
I love Mexico, man. I want to retire there, dude.
Really? Where?
Yeah.
Oaxaca?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, down like Playa del Carmen shit.
I've never been to Mexico. I'd like to go, but haven't had the chance to yet in my life.
I mean, like it can be scary with some of the violence that goes on there.
Yeah, yeah.
Sitting on the beaches, and like most of the beach communities are like really safe and shit and chill.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like Cancun and stuff, which is like
all over there.
Yeah. So, yeah, because the next movie I plan to make, my cousin Juan, I'm actually going to be pushing, and I know that the producers are going to fight me against it. I really want part of it to be filmed in Juarez.
Yeah.
They're gonna be like, you want to go to Sinaloa? I'm like, yes.
I've been down through. I've drove through Texas and stuff.
Oh yeah. So like right from El Paso straight in. So here's my big question: we all have those horror movies that even if you've been watching horror for as long as we have, there's always one, maybe two, that scares the living shit out of you. What is that one? That's what our fans need to know.
That scares me?
Yeah.
I don't know. I get probably something like fucking like a home invasion kind of thing or something, or some kind of like Last House on the Left or Death Wish. You ever see Death Wish with Charles Bronson?
I've heard
it's like
of
where
that.
like it's like, you know, like where home invaders come in and start like raping your wife in front of you and shit like that. You know what I mean? Because that's what scares me. That's what makes me uncomfortable. That's the kind of stuff where it's like almost hard to watch. Death Wish in particular has a scene in Jeff Goldblum fucking raping this lady, and he's probably like 17 years old or something, and you see his butt and shit, and they're like spray painting her as they like hold her down and shit. Yeah,
that would definitely be tough for me to watch, because I have friends who are rape victims and I care very much about them and stuff like that.
There was this whole rape culture at that time, dude. I mean, Clockwork Orange made it into art.
That is actually
crazy, and it was like I Spit on Your Grave. The Hills Have Eyes. You ever watch that shit? They all came out within a certain amount of time within each other. You know what I mean? It was like this huge thing.
Yeah, there are only two movies that scared the living daylights out of me that I'll never be able to watch again. And there's some interesting irony behind them. The first, of course, is A Clockwork Orange.
Yeah.
The reason why, and of course, like I said, I have friends who are rape victims. So to see it,
an intense fucking movie, dude.
It is, because what they did, when they made A Clockwork Orange, Anthony Burgess gave Kubrick a script that he had written. Kubrick looked at it and tossed it in the trash. He's like, I got the book. That's all I really need. So he basically like pizza sliced the book up and used that as this primary building block of the film itself. Like, not really much of a script, just let's use the book as the premise and stuff like that. Then, of course, you have the legendary, disgusting, disturbing Singing in the Rain scene, which, truth be told, took about 2 weeks to film. Imagine that.
Kubrick would make you do something over and over and over. Yeah.
He holds the world record for the most takes, which was in Eyes Wide Shut.
Look at what he accomplishes. Look at what he makes.
I know.
It's all worth it, man. Yeah.
I know, yes. Yeah, he went up to Malcolm McDowell. He was disappointed with how it was, and he was like, can you dance? And he's like, well, of course I can dance. And he's like, can you sing? He's like, well, there's one song I can sing in particular. And he's like, roll camera. And he does that ridiculous Irish jig, starts singing in the Rain by Gene Kelly. The producers,
before they even had the rights and shit. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. And there was a bit of a panic behind the scenes. They're like, we need rights for this.
Yeah.
And then Kubrick always did this. He did this gesture, which meant one of two things. One, you were either fired. or 2, you did something he absolutely loved. And he did that to McDowell. They got in his car, drove 20-something minutes to his house, called New York, got the rights to Singing in the Rain, and then spent another week doing the scene, except this time they had the rights, so there was no panic on set.
That's amazing, dude. What an auteur.
Yeah. And
they don't make them like that anymore.
Of course, it's weird because Kubrick's my favorite director. He's my idol and everything like that. I share the same birthday with the guy. The second movie that scares the living shit out of me that I'll never be able to watch again in my life, but unfortunately I watched it twice, but that's because my wife wanted to see it, is the movie Midsommar, starring my favorite actress, Florence Pugh.
Why can't you watch that one?
Because it's about a cult, and I am a cult survivor.
That's right.
Yeah, so, I mean, most people probably wouldn't think, oh, that's not a scary movie. I mean, it is considered folk horror, which is a unique genre in and of itself.
Folk horror, they might as well say cult horror, because there's a cult in every folk horror. Yeah,
correct. I totally agree. Yeah, but here's the thing: if you've survived, like our cult survivor, if you've lived through that and stuff, the moment I see the movie and the various things, even though I was in a different kind of cult entirely, the stuff that all the various elements of it just trigger memories that I've been trying to flush out of my system for over 10 years now. Like, all of that just floods your mind and kind of creates this suffocating element. So for me, when it comes to stuff that's really going to scare the shit out of me, it usually taps into something from my real life. That's why I find them so disturbing. If it's something that, like you said, home invasion and stuff, and of course, you're a loving husband and father and stuff like that, so the one thing you're going to fear for more than anything else is, you ain't touching my wife, motherfucker. I got a double barrel here.
Yep. Yeah. But then there's things that are just genuinely creepy and are like warm blankets. Do you have things that are just creepy, like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre? I can put it on and fall asleep to it and just like, I love it so much.
Yeah, same here. I'm the same way. Like, that's another thing is when people ask us, like, wait, you can watch the most disturbing movies on earth and pass out watching it? I'm like, yes. Like, I'm gonna go when I'm finished with this, sit on my ass, turn on The Shining. I'll probably be out like a light bulb within like an hour and a half.
The Shining's a great film, man.
Yes,
oh, you know what we did recently? It's on. All right, we have a YouTube channel now, and
nice,
just a little thing. But if anybody wants to listen to us on YouTube, you can feel free. And have a video. We put our first video up of us, and it's
oh, nice. I got
history of ghost movies.
History of ghost movies.
Yeah, and we start with some of the very first films ever made were ghost stories.
Interesting.
And then go up through all of them, you know what I mean? Poltergeist and like just like the 1920s Swedish film Phantom Carriage. It's one of the most amazing. It's black and white, silent ghost movie, and Kubrick took direct scenes from it for The Shining. The scene where he breaks down the door with an axe is shot for shot from this Swedish black and white horror movie, man.
Really? I did not know that.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. You can watch it for free. It's an amazing. You won't believe how good it is. It's very raw, but it's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I actually love foreign films. Some of the stuff because I feel that a lot of the stuff that, especially in the world of horror. I mean, I haven't seen a lot. I had the chance to see like a lot of horror films from other countries, but I feel that the stuff they put out there is 1,000 times better than what Hollywood is putting out these days, because there's no guardrails under any circumstances. They can do whatever the fuck they want. They don't need to censor it. They don't even consider censoring it. They just like give the audience something that's truly worth watching.
What do you mean, like Martyrs and Serbian film and shit like that?
No. I mean,
Irreversible. You ever see Irreversible?
No, but I've heard of it.
Backwards. It's fucked up, man. It's really gnarly. It's told backwards, though. It goes backwards.
Yeah. What I mean is, like, in other countries, like in Korea and stuff like that, there's no real censorship. Like you have to be soft with everything here in the U.S. these days. You have to be, and I know that, like, we mentioned like with
I don't know if I agree with
A24 and
that
stuff
necessarily,
like
man. You
that.
see some pretty fucking gnarly shit on movies these days, I think.
I know, but I mean, like, I mean, Disney does it way too much, which is one of the reasons why I would never work for them. Never.
Disney is, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Disney is
sorry,
Disney. I
kids who
don't
are
know.
listening.
I've never been a
I'm
Disney
sorry, kids who are
person.
listening into this. I will never work for Disney in my life, in my film career. Never, no, because I'm disappointed they've officially failed us. Like, permanently.
I don't think they ever. If there was always just a money making weird Disney.
I know it is. I know, but yeah, but like, there's.
I went to Disney down in Southern California not too long ago. I went to the Star Wars one. They have a Star Wars thing, man. If you're into Star Wars, dude, it's sick, dude.
My wife is big into Harry Potter, so she wants to go to LA, Universal Studios and stuff like that. And she wants to see all the Harry Potter shit and stuff, which is pretty cool. I'm sure it's going to be a blast and stuff.
I love LA.
Yes.
It's a beautiful place.
She asked me, like, if you become really successful and famous, are we going to move to LA? I actually told her no. I told her probably not. I'm like, I think at most we'll move to maybe like Tribeca, New York, Manhattan, or something like that. I don't think I'm an LA type of guy. I
could live in LA. The weather is perfect. I don't know. It's hard to park. No parking. It's really crowded and it's super expensive.
Yeah,
I could definitely chill in fucking Los Angeles, man.
Yes.
Hang out on the beach, Santa Monica, Venice.
Sipping a few Mai Tais.
If I was rich, you know what I mean? I need like a place in Beverly Hills,
Oh, yeah.
But I like it all.
Yes. Yeah,
the nightclubs there and shit. Fucking the Whiskey A Go-Go, all that shit.
I know. It's definitely... I don't know. I guess they've got a culture in and of itself, and some people think that's ridiculous. Like when they say, "Oh, like there's a culture to different states and stuff." I'm like, yes, there is, one way or another. And
Hollywood's got so many cultures, dude. I mean, you get that 20s thing. You always feel like the old Hollywood 1920s thing, but then there's like such a 60s and a 70s thing, and like I don't know. There's so many cultures of Hollywood, And then there's like the punk rock culture. It was like, which is like this total other side of the, the entertainment industry, like totally underground. You know what I mean? Totally made up by the people. The subterranean fucking anti-world, the mirror image world.
Yes. Yeah, it's definitely like. Hopefully, we are hoping that next year we will finally get to go to Los Angeles and stuff like that, and like. Tour Universal and stuff and find out and see where like the father of horror Hitchcock created all of his masterpieces, etc.
Yeah, I've been to Universal Studios. I've seen the Psycho House. It's pretty cool. It's fun.
Oh, nice. You can see the Psycho House. I did not know that.
Well, you can't walk up to it. There's a train you get onto and it goes by it. And then the shark from Jaws jumps out of the water. You get to see all that shit.
Yep. Speaking of Psycho, what would you say is your opinion about the descendant of Norman Bates himself, Osgood Perkins?
I love him.
And
love him, love it. I got a monkey over here. Check this out.
You have a monkey.
I went all the way to San Francisco to get this, dude.
Oh my God. Folks, be careful. We have a monkey on the show. You know what happens when those things knock down. There better not be a harpoon within close proximity. Oh my God, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so fucking awesome. This is why I wish I'm trying to get my own studio space and stuff like that. I'm looking to collaborate with the local place here in Boston that has like some studio space so that people, whenever they're watching this on YouTube, because here's the thing, folks, if you want to check out my podcast, for starters, all you can do is to support this podcast. You just want to be a guest on the show, you can follow me on Instagram at ATK Media, or you can check me out on YouTube, wherever it is you get your podcasts from. I'm on at Chatterbox94. And if you want to start your own podcast, you can do so using Riverside.
Really? Do you get paid to say that?
No, but everyone does it. I think just about every single person not every single person who does podcasts per se, but people who are very much rookies and a little more inexperienced will usually just give a shout out to Riverside. I don't know. I think it fills up their pockets more than it does the podcasters' pockets. But yeah, I'm trying to upgrade my look so that when people are watching this on YouTube, if you can't listen on Spotify or wherever it is you get your podcasts from, that they don't just see my beat up like dining room in the background, because frankly it's shameful.
They sell like little screens that are tiny that you can put behind your head and shit.
Yeah, I know they do. It's just like,
don't they give you a background option? I use Zoom. It doesn't sound as good, I'll be honest, but I don't know, for some reason I like it. And you can change the background. You can make the background whatever you want.
I believe I can do that using Riverside and stuff like that. I just haven't per se, because like I'm trying to. I need to have like a background that really like screams me. That's
you need like a medieval chapel at night with the moonlight coming through stained glass.
What I was actually thinking of per se, because it's my style, would be like a ton of like movie posters and stuff like that.
There you go.
In the background that literally just screams, man, this guy really does love movies as much as he talks about and as much as factually as he can. But yes, I think Osgood Perkins is doing a phenomenal job and stuff. I mean, I'm sure if I were to meet the guy, I'd probably ask him immediately, like, do you feel that you've made your father, who set the bar for psychopaths in cinema, proud or something?
I'm sure they don't have a relationship like that. I'm sure they're super cool with each other. Yeah.
His father's been dead for many years.
People love to hate on his movies. People love to hate Longlegs for some reason. I just think that it got too much hype. Like I didn't come in thinking it was gonna be fucking Citizen Kane or The Godfather. I was like, this is gonna be like some atmospheric, cheesy ass retro, which it was, very retro horror movie. And that's what he does. He's just got this retro look and this retro vibe that I dig. Yeah. I really dig it. I
know. I'm thinking that like for when we do make The Demon Within, that I'd like him to direct it. He brings something with all of his movies that I feel that could really help to like amplify the story more and stuff. I mean, I wrote the script for that in only 3 days. And the amount of like jokes and ridiculous humor and stuff, you really have to have a very dark sense of humor in order to pick up some of the jokes I put in there, like talking about like how great sex was back in the 80s and stuff like that. And I don't know.
We did it better. We didn't shave everything. We were hairy.
I literally like, no, I in the script I put a joke in there referring to like how sex and partying was better in like the 70s and the 80s than it is in modern times.
I don't think the kids even have sex and party anymore.
No, they don't. No, they don't. There's one movie, and I told my mom that she needs to see it. You probably heard of it, No Hard Feelings, starring J-Law.
No. I've never seen really anything with her in it. I can't think of a single movie I've seen with her in it.
What is it? I'm currently writing a script for a Shakespearean romance drama, but the next one, yes, I'm a variety guy. I never do the same thing twice. I don't really like to do the same thing twice. I mean, I'm not afraid to bring in different aspects and different elements to the to what I'm writing, but I definitely like variety. I dabble in variety. I like to try new stuff. Like I'm considering making writing a Korean spy film, for Christ's sake.
You know what's a good horror movie? Togetherness. Did you see that one that just came out?
Togetherness.
There's been some good ones. I really like The Substance.
Yes, we talked about The Substance. I loved it. I loved The Substance. It was great. It was definitely they need to come out with more movies like that.
Bring Her really Back, do. Dude, you gotta watch that, man. Watch that. It's gnarly. I think it's on HBO right now. It is.
Yes.
It's on HBO right now. With weapons.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And yep, I saw that Weapons just got there. And it was a great movie. It really, really was. I mean,
I'm glad to hear you say that. There's some people that didn't like it. I was like, oh, I really liked it. People like they just get so weird about things.
Well, you can't even trust critics anymore. That's another thing, is that I don't totally trust film critics of these days. They're nowhere near as good as they used to be. I think that's because maybe they just focus on like, oh, because the movie didn't gross this much money despite the budget that put into it, it's a piece of shit and stuff like that. I really do feel that plays a big part in why they say what they say. I'm like, watch the fucking movie. It's that simple. Like the movie White Chicks got terrible reviews back in the day. Fast forward the clock 20 years later, it's like an iconic pop culture sensation of a comedy.
Nice. I have still yet to see that. I need to watch that.
Oh, my wife made me watch. I mean, the Wayans brothers are great. They're hysterical. I love
They're so fucking. Like
they're so fucking funny. The two of them.
Totally.
So like, yes, yeah, no. It's not about. It really they don't really like. And it takes, I think, like also a real movie lover to give the truth about why a movie is so damn fucking good or why it sucks ass. For me, part of it sometimes has to do with the fact of the lack of creativity. I mean, you as a writer, what would you say about that? Would you say that lack of creativity is a big player as to when it comes to criticism? I don't even know if I
call it creativity. I just general storytelling. And world building and craft, but did you? I watched the new Exorcist. It's been a couple of years now, I guess, since that came out. Was it The Exorcist 4? I remember it was like a big deal, and it came because like Linda Blair made a cameo in it and shit.
Yeah, the
Believers.
What is it? The Exorcist. Yes,
Exorcist 4 Believers. You know,
I saw it.
I loved it. It was just. I don't know, but
I thought it was interesting. I thought it. That's the word I'm going to use. Interesting. I thought, for me, I think they were trying a bit too hard.
Yeah,
that's the way I put it.
They did double. We're going to do it this time with twins. You're like, dude, that's not imagined. That's just stupid. That's just like you're going to double down on it. It's just dumb. Twins are creepy, like The Shining.
Yeah. Yes.
And I don't know. I think when I think of The Exorcist, I think it exists in a Catholic world. Like if you read comic books, there's a Batman world, and there's like a certain logic that goes with that world. You know what I mean? And this is like the Catholic world, and they're like magic and shit works in this world. I don't believe in any of it. You know what I mean? But that's what I think the movie, and I think they should take it all dead serious too. Like, you know what I mean?
They do. I totally agree.
I think they should. Like, I don't know. I did. The third one was just by the end, it was so stupid.
Yeah, like me, for me, it does come down to, you're right, storytelling and creativity. Like when they announced on
The Conjuring is a Catholic universe that they do it, and they do it good in that. The Conjuring universe, they're like, this is the way the rules work in this fucking world. You know what I mean? And and it's a Catholic world, and they also the Warren family has been involved in the making of every single one of them, from what I recall. That's not true. So, he was dead before the first one was even made. Yeah, and then
I knew he was dead
after the second one was made.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. They're both dead. Yeah, he died in like early 2000s, I think, and then she died in 2015 or something.
I think it was 2015 that Lorraine Warren died. Yeah. Ed Warren had been dead for quite a substantial period of time by that point. Yeah, he died, I think, in like 06 or something. It was like,
I'm going to say a heart attack.
Yeah. But it was definitely no, because like I predicted, like the moment they announced on social media that they were making a live action version of Snow White, my immediate response was, don't do this. You are going to shoot yourself in the face, not shoot yourself in the foot, shoot yourself in the face. This is an insult to Walt Disney's legacy. I was right.
I thought you said, okay.
No, I said 06. Yeah,
You did?
2006.
Okay, you were right.
Yeah.
You were right. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's the thing. That's one of the reasons why I hate Disney so much these days, is because it's all about the live action remakes and stuff. And I'm like, no, absolutely not. No. If I have kids, they will not see a single live action Disney remake if they want to watch Disney movies. Because
they do look terrible. I've never watched one. I wouldn't.
Don't.
The only I know it is that girl Gypsy Blanchard.
Gypsy Rose Blanchard.
Yeah. She lost her virginity to the Cinderella live action one in the bathroom there. She rode there in a wheelchair, but she had been computing with her friend. And she's like, I'll meet you in the bathroom and halfway through the movie and shit. And she met him in the bathroom. And that was what was playing in the background. And she was dressed.
My God.
She was dressed like a Disney princess when it was happening.
Oh my God. That woman.
That's how I view Disney movies.
That woman, that's all like, there's a part of you that feels sorry for her, another part of you that just makes your eyebrows raise tremendously.
I like her. I don't know.
I don't know. Like me, it's just there's always question marks with it and stuff.
My God, yeah. She definitely was complicit in the murder of her mother. I mean, she was complicit in
it. Yeah. You know what? Maybe they should make a Halloween movie about her, like The Wrath of Gypsy Rose or something.
I'm sure it will happen, you know.
Sure, I mean, they already made The Act, which I saw, which was pretty damn good.
It was excellent. I loved it. I thought it was very factual, you know. And the scene I just described, they did it perfect.
Yep. Yes, they did. Yeah.
It was a great movie.
Yeah, I saw it. It was very well done.
My wife's watching the Murdaugh one now. And she's Patricia Arquette's in it as well. I believe it might be with some of the same people. I don't know, but she said it's really good.
Yeah, I've got like a long list of like stuff that I need to watch that people keep telling me to, and I mean, like,
you can never watch it all.
Exactly,
really
that's the thing. Unless you get paid to watch movies for a living, which I have yet to acquire that profession.
Then you can watch movies 12 hours a day, every day. They are making more than you could ever possibly catch up. You know?
Yes, very, very true.
So ready.
Very, very true. I still need to check out what's new in theaters that I know I need to see.
What's new? I think there is a new horror movie out, isn't there? There's got to be. It's Halloween. What the fuck is out right now?
I don't know.
Did you see like for the TV Glow?
No,
and
I
there's
didn't.
this filmmaker, and she made a different one called "We're All Going to the World's Fair." They're kind of like LGBTQ-ish, like weird, and they're just like really weird, and like I like them. They're really surreal, seem like strange, like really awesome lighting. And they always have like this purple and green lighting. And shit looks all fluorescent, very retro '80s vibe.
Nice, definitely.
Yeah, I saw the TV Glow. Check it out.
I
will. Subtle, quiet.
And don't forget to check out our podcasts, folks. Remember Murder Coaster and, of course, Chatterbox. You can find us on Spotify, Apple, YouTube now for Murder Coaster. That's a new one. So if you don't have time to just like plug in your AirPods and want to like really see some action, go to YouTube. Check that out. You can find me on YouTube. That's all the time we have. Have a happy Halloween. Don't eat too much candy. Don't get diabetic at a young age. Not a bad idea to have a drink with that candy. And watch a good goddamn horror movie. Until next time, folks. It's great having you here. Hope to talk with you again. Stay high on life, folks.